First, I'd like to welcome all of our residents tonight. We have a large turnout. And also to wish everyone a belated Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year and a joyous New Year to all of you. We have a distinguished guest with us. It says on my agenda that Mr. Steinhardt would like the honor of introducing this distinguished guest. So, Mr. Steinhardt, would you please come forward? Yeah, we'll do that. And then you wanted to come forward so you could do it.
Okay. Well, thank you. I have known Councilman Wright and Councilman Polito for 25 years and 20 years respectively. Jim and I went to law school together. Bill and his wife Terry were some of the first people I met back in the Township some 20 years ago. And when they asked me to find someone to swear them in this evening, and recognizing both their commitments to the Township, I couldn't think of anyone better than someone who's dedicated her entire adult life to public service. First as a Deputy United States Attorney, as a Deputy Attorney General, as the first female sheriff in Monmouth County history, and then as the first Lieutenant Governor in New Jersey history. She has, throughout her tenure, been a champion to all of us here in Warren County. And while I am not certain what her future holds, I hope that whatever it is that she can continue to champion the rights for all of us here in Warren County. So it's certainly my pleasure to introduce to all of you our Lieutenant Governor.
I'm going to say a few words first. So Doug, thank you so very much. To the freeholder, thank you. You and I have traveled in the same circle tonight. This is the fourth stop in Warren County, and not the last, but the best. Let's put it that way. And it's always an honor to be here to say a few words and also to swear in new council people. But what I really just wanted to say is Happy New Year. It's going to be a very, very interesting year for a lot of us. And I hope you find it interesting too. So congratulations to all of the new members. Congratulations to the new board, because you're all new today, right? One way or the other, it's a new year. And thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you. Come on,
Take a motion to come out of the executive committee.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, let me officially open this meeting. The Township Board back on the organization and regular meeting of January 4th, 2017. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided, indicating time and place of the meeting in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 by advertising notice in the Star Gazette and the Express Times, and by posting a copy on the bulletin board in the municipal building. I'd like to take a moment for contemplation and prayer, please. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a roll call.
Yes. Councilman Del Caro.
Here.
Councilman Polito.
Here.
Councilman Wright.
Here.
Council President Pryor.
Here.
Mayor McKay.
Here. It is time to swear in the new members.
Yes. And we'll do Mr. William Wright first. And his family would like to come up front. Who's going to hold the Bible? You are? Okay. The Bible? No. Mr. Wright's going to put his left hand on the Bible and raise his right hand. And you're going to turn around and face all these people so they can take a picture. Everybody come on up. This isn't about me, it's about you guys. A little closer, come a little closer here. You know what? Come all the way over here. Come right here. There you go. All right. I, William Wright,
I, William Wright,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all of the duties
perform all of the duties
of the office of councilman
of the office of councilman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman. And next we'll have Mr. James Leo. Who's going to hold the Bible? There you go. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Make sure everybody's here. All right. You have to tell us at least one story about Doug Steinhardt first. Never I, James Polino,
I, James Booth,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of
of
the State of New
the
Jersey,
State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform all of the duties
perform all the duties
of councilman
of
to the
councilman
best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, I'll take a motion to open the room for public comment, agenda items only.
Do you want to take a moment to allow
Oh.
those who do not wish to stay for the rest
Yeah.
of the meeting are welcome to? We're going to take a few minutes, so if you would like to stay, you're welcome to stay, but if you do not wish to stay, please feel free. Now's your chance to take an action.
Yeah.
This goes- Council was in executive session for approximately 30 minutes prior to public session. At that time, the topics of discussion were personnel and litigation regarding affordable housing. The minutes from executive session will be available at such time as the need for confidentiality no longer exists. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, take that motion to open the room for public comment.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Aye. It's open. Does anyone in the audience have a comment they would like to, question, would like to participate? Okay, I see nothing, I hear nothing out there, so we're going to take a motion to close the public comment agenda items only.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, reorganization. These are the items that have to do with our annual reorganization. We'll go through them first. Number one, resolution number one, the annual meeting calendar. This is to approve the annual meeting calendar. Do I have to vote on each of these, or can I do nothing?
Yeah, they're not, you can lump them together, but I think the next two are not.
All right, so the first one we'll say, all in favor?
Motion. You need a motion.
Oh, we didn't get your motion?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number two, charge for individuals requesting annual meeting calendar. There's a small de minimis charge that if you don't want to, find out about the annual meetings by going on the website or look at here, you can have something sent to you. And so we have to do it by law. We need a roll call on that, or any discussion? Can't imagine.
Your motion.
Need a motion?
Motion.
Discussion?
Second.
Yep. We need a second. All right. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Polito?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Council President Pryor?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 3, establish a cash management plan. We're required to have a cash management plan. Essentially, it's who can sign checks and things like that. The only thing I saw in this was that it seemed to conflict with what the charter shows. Now, I'm going to ask the attorney if that's okay, because as an additional person or an additional position that's now signing these checks, I think the charter says only 3 people should sign them.
I think this says, it doesn't say that all 4 of these people have to sign it. It just says these are the people available to sign.
Yeah, I think the charter says only the mayor, the clerk, and the chief financial officer.
Correct. The council president is listed, so in the event of your absence or failure to act.
I have no problem with it. I just want to make sure it's legitimate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
This is so the bank can approve them.
Yes, okay, as long as you say it's okay. So I'll take a motion to approve that.
Motion. Second.
A second, okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Polito?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Council President Pryor?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 4 is to designate the official newspapers used by the township for official notices. I believe it's the Star Gazette and the Express Times. I'll take, we can do that with motion to approve these. Okay, anyone have a motion?
Motion.
Actually, all right, all in favor?
No, you need a second.
Second.
I think you told me.
Motion and a second.
I'll second.
All right, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Number 5, resolution number 5, appointment of the township attorney. I'm going to respectfully appoint or try to appoint Moro Salvo. It's a law firm in Somerville to that position. They have submitted the appropriate paperwork. Their cost is not really dissimilar to what we're paying now. It's different, but it's not, I don't think it will make a big difference in the end. And I've said for a long time that it's my background as an auditor and as a bank examiner is that you always change things up. And the state law, not law, state controller's office has advice out there that says you should do that every 5 years. You start thinking about it every 5 years, do it every 10. It's not personal. It's just that I think it's a good thing to do. And I said that the last 2 years. So if they're here even another year, so then it even seems to me that it's more that it should be done, that we should change the officials every several years. So I will put forth the firm of Moro Salvo.
Motion.
I'll make the motion. Is there a second? Okay. Then we'll move on to resolution number 6. Reappoint Village Medical Associates as township officials. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 7, defense of municipal appeals. I think what this does is it says that whoever's the legal counsel will be in charge of the defense of the municipal appeals.
That's
Okay,
correct.
okay. So then I would ask for a motion to approve.
Motion.
A second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 8, authorize interest to be charged on delinquent taxes. There's an interest rate that's specified, I think it's 18%, so it's bad not to pay your taxes on time. This is a pretty high rate. All right, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Take a second.
Second.
Okay, do we have any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Polito?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Council President Pryor?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 9, authorize the tax collector to process and cancel any municipal charge refunds or delinquencies that are in the amount of $10 or less. I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion.
I'll take a second.
Second.
Do we have a discussion? Money, so roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra.
Yes.
Councilman Toledo.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Council President Fire.
Yes.
Mayor Mikel.
Yes. Resolution number 10, adopt Robert's Rules as a basic guide for fair and orderly procedure. I'll take a motion.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 11, reappoint Chief of Police Jason Garcia as 9/11 Coordinator. I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Take a second.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12, reappoint Christopher Troxel as Municipal Prosecutor. I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 13, reappoint Scott Wilhelm as Municipal Public Defender. I'll take a motion.
Motion.
I'll take a second. Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 14, appointment of the Township Auditor. I just went through how I feel about the people, professionals in the legal profession staying on board in the township for long periods. I feel the same way about the auditors. It's not personal, it's nothing against them. It's just that I think that after so many years, you should change them, and it just works better that way. And that has been my experience for many years in audit and the examination of financial institutions. And I don't think it's any different in a township. So I'm not ready at this time to make that appointment.
I'll make the motion to appoint Nizvakia LLC as auditor for 2017.
Second.
Second.
All right, the discussion is whether or not you have the authority to do that. I know,
Court case allowed us last year.
as you were aware, that court case is in court still.
And nothing changes while it's under appeal. Life goes on.
That's our
May we have a
discussion.
vote, please? Beth?
Councilman Belcarra.
Yes.
Councilman Toledo.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Council President Fire.
Yes.
Mayor Mikel.
Abstain. Resolution number 15, reappoint Beth Dills, qualified purchasing agent. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 16, reappoint Beth Dills as a public agency compliance officer as mandated by the Department of Treasury with regard to contract compliance. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 17, reappoint Lynn Gabos, recycling coordinator, and authorize submission of a recycling tonnage grant application. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 18, appointment for computer services. I would appoint Lou Nisaboshia for that position.
I think the correct name, Beth, is Nizvakia Consulting LLC,
That's correct.
if you don't mind. I think that's the name on this submission.
What?
You're appointing?
I'm making the motion.
I'm making the motion, yes.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Discussion? Okay, then let's take a vote on that one.
Councilman Belcarra.
Yes.
Councilman Toledo.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Council President Fire.
Yes.
Mayor Mikel.
Yes. Appointment of, resolution number 19, appointment of labor attorney. Again, I would want to appoint Morlo Savo. I make a motion to appoint them. Okay. Number 20, resolution number 20. Appointment of township engineer for a 3-year term. I'm not ready at this time to make that appointment.
Can I ask why, Mr. Mayor?
Well, I've expressed concern in the past that engineering firm has made contributions into a certain PAC, and that PAC has been used to finance the campaign of probably 4 of the people on this panel, and I feel it's inappropriate.
Mayor, did you receive any other requests for proposals when you went out to bid?
No other requests. I just said I was not ready at this time. I'm not sure I'm not going to ever be ready, but that just
I'm
resonates.
just pointing out, they're the only ones who
And they're
submitted
still in
bids, so
position because they were
under pay to
spaces.
play, they would have had to submit a bid in order to be able.
Yes. All right, number 21, resolution number 21, reappoint Inglisio Webster, oh boy,
Ms. Callen,
Wascalla and Tail LLC as special counsel. This is in the sewer matter?
yes.
Yes. Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Resolution number 22, appoint the council president. I would nominate Lou Belcaro to become council president.
I respectfully decline.
Okay, is there any other?
I want to make, I recommend Joe Pryor, doing a good job.
Second.
Okay, in the discussion portion of this, all I would say is that, you know, you had the seniority, and I always felt that that position should be rotated, give everybody a chance. That's all it is.
Well, thank you, but I think Joe's doing a fantastic job.
Okay, so then,
Okay, well,
mhm.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes for Joe.
Councilman Polito,
Yes, for Joe.
Councilman Wright,
Yes for Joe.
Council President Pryor.
Yes, for me.
Okay.
Yes. Resolution number 23, appoint council liaisons to the various municipal departments, boards, commissions, and committees. That is item 23. There's a whole
Yeah,
bunch of
that's the
things.
governing body resolution.
Do you want to, read, the appointments, Beth?
Oh, yes, I can. Whereas the council of the Township of Lopatcong, County Warren, State of New Jersey, pursuant to ordinance number 1612, hereby set forth the council liaison positions for the year 2017. Tom McKay, Environmental Commission; Joe Pryor, Administrative and Executive Personnel Liaison, Lopatcong Athletic Association; Lou Belcaro, Sewer Utilities, Department of Public Works, Buildings and Grounds; Bill Wright, Clean Communities / Recycling, Rent Leveling Board, Shade Tree Commission, and Recreation Committee; Jim Polito, the Board of Education, EDAC, and will be the Vice Chair for the Mayor's Wellness Committee.
Thank you, Beth. Okay, I guess we need to have a motion to approve this.
I will make the motion to, approve that slate.
Okay, then there needs to be a second. Second. All right, discussion. In the way of a discussion, I would say that I believe this is the mayor's purview to make these appointments, and that the council wants to do it. I feel that you lose something when council appoints itself to do things.
Their council liaisons, this was discussed last year, is pursuant to ordinance. And
ordinance that you-
someday, if
that
you
was
want to
created?
change the ordinance, if you have the votes, you can do that, so.
You know, again, I don't know if it's within the charter either, but I'm not a lawyer. That's my discussion. You may take a vote.
Councilman Belcaro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Council President Pryor.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. All right, row 24, governing body appointments.
And that's the resolution representing governing body appointments to the various boards.
All right, I'll go through them. For the
That's
plan,
fine.
all right, for the plan,
Well, the planning board,
we need a name,
we do need to, you know, the governing body should
All right.
put forth the name.
or someone, yeah.
So if someone wants to make a recommendation for a name, and then you can read the rest of the slate.
All right, again, I would recommend Lou Belcaro into that, because he's done it before, and he indicated to me one time he liked doing that. But if he wants to.
Lou, did you indicate to the mayor you wanted to do it?
No, I did not. And,
Not this time.
oh, in the past, okay. And maybe in the past, I don't recall, but at this time, I respectfully declined. Thank you.
Okay, so then we will put another name in here.
I would move to nominate Joe Pryor.
Okay, Joe Pryor.
Second.
Is there a second? Okay, now there's time for discussion. Is there any discussion?
During the discussion, I recommend you read the rest of the names since it's all in one
Yeah, I guess we
motion.
should do them all, right? All right, for the zoning board of adjustment, Catherine Devos has been recommended for a 4-year term. December 31, 2020, it would expire. Fred Gary, same thing, same expiration. For the mayor's wellness campaign, these are all 1-year terms. Leslie Fonsiak, Celia Waters, and William Daniels. And there's one new one, Lisa McNamara. And all those terms would expire 12/31/17. For the Recreation Committee, there's one, Kelly LaFord, a 3-year term that expires 12/31/19.
I'll make a motion, we approve that slate.
We have a motion and a second on the floor.
I'm sorry. So now we can just go to a vote.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Toledo?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Council President Pryor?
Yes.
Yes. Resolution number 25, reappoint Gibbons PC as bond counsel. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any discussion? All in favor? Do I have a motion? We did a motion, sorry.
Yes, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I hear the other one.
Let's do it again. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 26, appoint fund commissioner as required by municipal insurer and Beth Diltz as an alternate fund commissioner. Now, I know Mr. Polito is an insurance guy. Would he have conflicts to act in this capacity? I don't know.
He's working with the JIF. Jim, I don't see where there'd be a conflict.
You don't believe there is one? I don't think so. Okay, you're okay with that?
Yeah,
All right.
every year, sometimes they change the insurance company. So if he finds at some point that he has a conflict, then he'll let the council know and you can replace
All
him.
right, because he would be the ideal person. All right, then, I'll take a motion to appoint Jim Polito to that,
I'll make that motion.
and I'll look for a second.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mayor's appointments to some things. Let's see what we got here. All right, the mayor's appointments would be to reappoint Gary Wolf as Class 2 Director in the Planning Board. His term would expire 12/31/17. To appoint for Class 4, Donna Schneider, her term expires 12/31/2020. And for Class 4, Ken Fitzsimmons to fill the unexpired term of Pete Pasillo, and his term would expire next year at 12/31/17. I would reappoint alternate Tom Fishback. His term expires 12/31/2018 under reappointment. For the Finance and Finance Committee, I would appoint Joseph Pryor and Jim Polito. And I'd also take some thought here, who would want to serve on the Shared Services Committee? I don't know who would do that. Does anyone here wish to jump to that? Once in a while, we get, a shared services possibility. You got to go out and talk to the
Sure.
You'd like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
About that.
now we need one other volunteer. Do I have any volunteers?
What did you have there? You had for the finance?
Finance Committee would be, I appointed you and Jim.
Yeah.
And then there's the Shared Services Committee, which,
I've been doing it. If you want, I can
it's fine.
do it again.
Okay, so those would be the names for those two committees. Now, for my own name, by the charter, I think I'm supposed to be CEO, and I think also an ex officio member of all boards, committees, commissions, associations, and the public safety director.
I object to all three of those. Those aren't mayor's appointments. The charter doesn't say that.
The prior mayor always had those.
I really don't care what the prior mayor may or may not have done. CEO is a term that's used primarily in business. It refers to a person makes all key decisions in all sectors and fields, including operations, marketing, business development, finance, human resources. It's typically not used in government entities, and the reason is titles in government generally refer to distinct legal duties and responsibilities defined by ordinance or statute. That's the case here. Implicit in the use of these titles is that the public not be misled and the general standard regarding their use be consistently applied.
I'm shocked to
there's
know
nothing-
we misled the public for so long.
There's nothing in the code and nothing in the charter that defines a CEO. Your position as mayor, it defines your responsibilities.
I believe the charter says that.
There's no sense in introducing another title that's undefined and generally not used in government entities. So if you want, I'll take a vote and we'll exclude that title. Council doesn't recognize it. Neither is there anything in the charter nor our code that makes you an ex officio member. Ex officio is another thing that's not defined. Depends on the charters of the individual organizations. Sometimes ex officio members vote, sometimes they don't. There's nothing in our code. And there also is nothing in our code that talks about a safety director.
Well, as I say, for years, the mayors had those titles. Now, you don't want me to have them. And I don't know who wrote that for you, but that was very nice.
I did my own research, like you should do once in a while.
I do.
And,
I do all the time.
so I'm gonna object to all three of those.
There's one other, the South Warren Regional Police Commissioner.
That hasn't been active in years. If you want to clear yourself a member.
Well, the reason I asked to do that is there's bank accounts and somebody has to sign for them, and that's the title under which they sign.
Does it exist anywhere though?
There are bank accounts, I have,
No, the commission doesn't exist any longer, but there is an existing bank account that needs to be closed down.
So would you be in charge of closing it out?
No, it would just be that he would sign a check like,
Okay.
the other signers. You would all have to vote as a council to, close that out officially.
Then it makes no sense to have a member on a commission that doesn't exist, does it?
I was only on there for the purpose of the bank account. I don't care if I'm on there or not, so I will close it off.
When the motion comes before council to close out the bank account, I recommend you just add a sentence to the resolution that says, and authorize the mayor to sign on behalf of, to close out the account. That should take care of it.
All right, also we have the Environmental Commission. We have Gerald Harkin and Twyla Bartlett. They're getting reappointed for another term. Their terms will end 12/31/19, both of them. And a new one came in named Debbie Hamilton Clack. She's filling an unexpired term, which will expire 12/31/17.
And whose turn is that?
That would have been when Mark Corral had to leave, remember, because he was on both committees. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
We're waiting for a motion.
No, those are his
No, those are his
appointments. He
appointments.
Oh, you're just reading them into the record.
Yeah,
Mayor,
not
just
written to the record.
One clarification, in the list that you sent with your planning board members to Ms. Stilts earlier today, you listed that John Fox's term expires in 2019. Just to be
Was it
clear,
incorrect?
it should expire when his term on the Environmental Commission expires, which I believe is at the end of this year. So just for housekeeping matters.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Make sure
I
that's-
forgot about that. Yeah. I think that's
And we
right.
did
That's
pass
right.
a resolution to that effect back in May of last year.
Yes.
Just want to change it on your record, so
Yeah.
it shows up on the website differently. You understand.
All right, let's see, next item. right, I guess we go into business. Is this new business or old business? Or just business?
Yeah, minutes are the old business.
All right, approve executive and regular session minutes for December 7th and 28th, 2016. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second, I do have a few comments and discussion. Beth, in the December 7th minutes, I don't know what page it is. It's where we were discussing naming the field after Doug Steinhardt. It says Council President Pryor, and it's about halfway down. I said, but few have contributed in so many different ways as Doug. It says was in the meeting, WAS.
Okay.
And I think the last sentence, it said, request LAA set up a system to accept deductible donations for the sign such that it is paid for with non-township funds, right at the end. And under council reports at the end, county's engineer, Bill Glebe with an A. I think you have Glebe
Oh,
in there. Are we just doing the 7th now?
you can do the 20.
Let's see. Oh, I remember what this was. There we go. Last page. We talk about the refunding of the debt, and it says the refunding of the debt will yield $16 to $23,000 in interest.
Well, I meant 16.
I know, it might be clearer,
I can add.
16,000 to 23.
Got it?
Yeah, we'll take a vote on that because.
Yeah, I'm only gonna, ask the, three of you to
That's
vote.
right, that's why I'm saying.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Council President Pryor,
Yes.
Mayor Nick.
Yes. Resolution 1727, authorized refund of tax duplicate sewer payment on Block 85, Lot 27, in the amount of $392.28. Take a motion.
Motion.
Take a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes, Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Pryor.
Yes.
Resolution number 1728, authorized application to the local finance board for review and approval of non-conforming maturity schedule for bond sale to the United States Department of Agriculture relating to the Route 57 pump station replacement project.
Beth, do you know, is that because of the 40-year repayment period?
Yeah, these were sent to us by our bond council, and they have to make an application before the local finance board, in order for this to close down.
Okay, so it's a bond council's resolution.
Yes, it
essentially.
is.
Yeah.
It's a must.
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
do I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes, Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Pryor.
Yes.
Mayor Nick.
Yes. Resolution 1729, authorized combining bonds aggregating the principal amount of $2,150,000 authorized by one bond ordinance heretofore adopted to finance part of the cost of various general improvements into one consolidated issue of bonds and providing for the form, maturity, and other details of said consolidated issue.
Again, Beth, this
Recommendation of our bond
put
council.
together by bond council.
I spoke to bond council today, which a blank they needed filled in, and that's.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Pryor.
Yes.
Yes. All right, resolution 1730, approve temporary municipal and sewer utility budget. Is that what was passed out?
You had a draft
Yeah,
earlier,
the draft.
and you have a clean copy.
Clean copy.
Changes on it from our CFO.
Has everyone on the council had an opportunity to review this a little bit? Okay, then I'll take a resolution, I'll take a motion to approve this.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there discussion?
I just, how did this change, Beth, do you know?
But, you know, Bernie didn't explain it to me, but.
I saw it's a calculation,
It's just simply, you know, we start up for the new year at 26.25% of last year's appropriation.
subject to certain adjustments.
And then it'll be adjusted along the way until.
So I guess this is the final, who's got the final numbers? Okay. You need a motion? I'll make that motion.
We had a motion, you're a
Motion.
second, you're a second. I know we didn't, no, we did discussion, we had a second, now we're doing discussion. So, any more discussion? Okay, so then, we have a roll call.
Councilman Delcaro,
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Fryer.
Yes.
Yes. Decatur Properties request for sewer allocation for Block 85, Lots 5.
I'm gonna recommend it that be tabled. Our sewer engineer has not reviewed that. I didn't follow some of what he was saying, and Paul mentioned it's not in agreement with what they've submitted to people. That's so?
There's some conflicts between the paperwork that was submitted to the council in December for tonight's meeting and paperwork that was submitted previously to the town of Phillipsburg. So we need to reconcile that difference in the paperwork, which involves the gallonage request.
I'm recommending to just table it.
Okay. Okay, so that's tabled. Well, do we have to vote on tabling it? I guess we should. No?
Yeah, Mayor, what I think would happen here, I will supply all the paperwork to Mr. Madden, and Mr. Madden can come back at the next meeting with a recommendation on the gallonage that should be allocated for this project.
Okay. Okay. Number 7, approve invoice from Morris County Co-op for membership fee in the amount of $1,100. Do I have a motion?
Paul, we've been members of this forever, right?
Yes, I'd recommend that we retain our membership in the co-op. The co-op provides many different services, often at very favorable prices and prices that are better than what contractors are offering through the public bid process, particularly in the area of paving, and we are going to be doing some paving this year. So I recommend that we retain our membership for 2017.
We also are a member at the County Pollution Control Financing Authority, so I'd recommend we continue to be a member, and I'll make this motion.
Second, please.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilman Delcaro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Fryer.
Yes.
Yes. Resolution 1731, authorize application to the DOT for Baltimore Street. Do we have a little bit of description on that, Paul?
Yes, the mayor at the last meeting on December 28th, the council indicated that it would like to file an application to obtain funds to improve Baltimore Street between Hillcrest Mall and Red School Lane. In order to file the application, you need to adopt an enabling resolution. So that's what you have before you tonight. Beth and I worked on this resolution and created the form that's before you tonight. So I recommend that you approve it. And this will allow me, once the grant application is completed, to submit this to the Department of Transportation.
Thank you, Paul. And I know we all know where Baltimore Street is, and we all know it has need for a little bit of improvement. So if we can get a grant to help us do that, maybe we can get it done soon. All right. I would like a, what do we need, a second now, Jude?
I'll second it.
Okay, we got them both. All right, any further discussion? No? All right, we have a roll call on that? Big thing.
Councilman Delcaro.
Yes.
Councilman Polito,
Yes.
Councilman Wright,
Yes.
Council President Fryer.
Yes.
Yes. Proclamation commemorating Lopatcong Township School Choice Week. We don't read those, do we? Yeah,
It'll appear on the website.
it'll go on the website.
I do have a question. Are we voting on this or no?
I didn't think we had to.
Well, my question is, where did it come from? I mean, school choice is,
School choice is something that we participate in, and kids come to our school.
to a degree, and,
We also the kids go to other schools, but
well, there's lots of things that are involved in school choice, and not all teachers support it. It's controversial in some respects. I wonder if we should pass this proclamation. I don't know where it came from.
I would have to find it. Came in a long time ago.
I mean, it goes all the way from open enrollment through charter schools, choice, homeschooling, magnet schools,
It's National School Choice Week.
by an organization that
Yes.
supports choice. So I just question whether
That's National
it's
Choice.
up to us to, I haven't studied choice. I know it's controversial. Do we support it?
You know what?
Varies from state to state.
I'll table it to the next meeting, maybe we'll get a chance to.
It didn't come from our school board or PTA or anything like that, right?
No.
Unless it does, I would like to hear somebody explain it to me.
Okay, we table that to next week, next meeting. All right, let's see, I'm gonna go to, we're not gonna be able to pay bills, so we need to schedule a mid-month meeting to pay bills.
I did have a question about the bills. After many votes and so on, and a lot of trouble, you resubmitted your bill for your attorney on the lawsuit?
Yes, he requested that I do that.
Who requested? Your lawyer did.
Yes.
Do you explain to the CFO the history?
It would take a long time to explain that. I gave him a little bit of a tiny bit of a background on it.
I've had a chance to review the bill, and I have some questions. You submitted it. There's 13 charges relating to the recall. I didn't know that was part of the lawsuit. There's 2 charges relative to your military service. I didn't know that was a council issue. There's 2 discussions relative to the election. There's a discussion relative to the Republican committee. There's various agendas. There's 140 emails which are not described, 15 phone calls which are not described. Do you think this whole bill should be submitted to the township?
I'm following the instructions of my attorney. He said, bring that.
You know what these charges are. They were part, do you think the discussion of the election should be billed to the township?
If it had to do with some of the reasons that this lawsuit.
What's the election? The election results? The one was over a newspaper article. There's discussions about emails. The underlying emails are kind of cool. The Lot Pavilion at Rally Point. That's nonsense. That had nothing to do with the lawsuit. That was an easy issue. There's one here addressed Joey Pryor's proposed resolution. Thank you for the respect. I bring that to everybody's attention. If you want to,
How much is the bill, Joe?
it's almost 16,000. I think if,
That bill was submitted to the town for payment.
yeah, I think if anybody wants to Oprah it,
It's now public record. It was submitted.
it's a public record now. I would encourage you to Oprah that bill and go through some of the underlying emails. What he sent to his attorney, I'm sure is privileged, but the underlying emails are not. And you decide for yourself whether this is a proper bill to be submitted to the town.
Any for political charges.
What's that? Are you giving
I'm
comments?
asking a question to Mr. Pryor.
Well, it's
And
not
what is it,
appropriate.
I said, I'm assuming you're not entertaining anything political.
We're not paying any bills. He included this in part, he included this in his complaint. The judge did not award it. He submitted it once before it was rejected, and he submitted it again Friday. So I'm questioning both the submission. Of course, his lawyer asked him to submit it. He wants to get paid. And I'm questioning the bill itself. When you look at the bill, it's a hodgepodge of stuff. A lot has nothing to do with the lawsuit. So I'm questioning the mayor about it.
He told me, he sent me the bill and he said, please submit this for payment. He said, when you come to me, when you're having these kind of problems, you're entitled to representation. If you're not getting it.
You didn't look at the bill.
Mayor, I looked at the bill and there were several items you should have called my office about. You never did. So I would recommend in the future you do that because you could get advice. There's stuff about rice notices on there. Mr. Winters, your labor council, could have called him.
I would encourage anyone who's interested to Oprah this bill, Oprah the underlying emails, and you decide for yourself if this is, it should have been done in this manner.
And if you do that, you can Oprah the bills from Mr. Lavery's office that have been submitted by Mr. Bell or Mr. Bell's office.
You can, neighbor. You can.
And look at all the things that you asked for. That's the way these things work. And mine is very small in comparison to other things that have been spent around here.
So if it's small, but it's not appropriate, it's okay?
I don't know that it's not appropriate.
You
I'm
didn't
not a
look at
lawyer.
You didn't look at it.
Mayor, for the record, my office submitted 0 bills for this litigation to the township. The township has not paid a dime for my office's involvement.
I say corrected it to Mr. Bell.
I just wanted to be clear.
Mr. Bell's.
Just to remind the folks that the mayor is suing the council members. So that's what this is about.
Okay, now we have council reports. The new members of council probably don't have a report. Do you have a report?
The only thing I have, if you're going to me first.
Go on.
All right. I just want to thank the residents for their vote of confidence in November for electing myself and Jim. For the council, we guarantee we will not let you down, and we will stick it out for our full term. That's it.
Mr. Pryor.
No, I have nothing since the 28th.
Mr. Polito.
Thank you. Similar to what Bill said, I'd like to thank people of Lopatcong for their support. I look forward to the opportunity to serve Lopatcong and keep Lopatcong a great place to live. Thank you.
Mr. Bill Carroll.
No report.
Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
All right, the Lopatcong Police Department summary for the month of December 2016 as follows. We had 954 logged incidents and activities. There was 7 reports of theft, 13 reports of harassment, disorderly conduct, 2 reports of civil matters or disputes, 6 reports of criminal mischief, 3 reports of assault, 1 burglary report, and 9 criminal and other arrests. Traffic violations that were cited during this time period consisted of 30 moving violations and 34 non-moving violations. And our crash report for the month was 20 reports that were investigated with 6 reported injuries. And as you know, we also participated in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. It was launched between the period of December 9th and January 1st. During that time period, we had numerous interaction with the commuters coming through town, residents, given general awareness, and we're able to enforce traffic laws. They resulted in 2 DWI arrests, 1 CDS arrest, and overall, we dedicated over 80 hours of patrol to this opportunity. That's my report for December.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Paul?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just had two things to review with the council. First thing I want to make the council and the public aware is that the road collapse area on Wordsworth Lane adjacent to House 6, which occurred on the 22nd, has been fully remediated, including the pavement. That was work was completed last week. I do not have any cost for all that repair work that occurred over that week-long period. My hope is to have something in your hands by the time you have this mid-month meeting, I should say, to review bills. And then the second item I want to review with you, we have a grant to improve South 2nd Street between Edward Street and the Route 22 right-of-way. We had created a funding mechanism for that particular project last year. The plans are essentially done. There's some QA/QC work that has to take place, but the plans are essentially complete and can be put out to bid in the next 30 days. So I'd like to get your permission to do so.
Okay, all right, council, do you want to grant permission for,
I just had a question. When you say put out the bid, and then how long would they be out on the street?
I would advertise the bids for a period of 30 days. So if I put it out to bid, for example, February 1st, we would take the bids in and open them on March 1st.
Do they have to go to DOT before we can award, or it's subject to DOT approval?
They will have to approve our action. Our action would be the award of a contract.
Yeah.
And that would lock our monies in, and we would have the ability to request 75% of our monies at that point.
So then, like, job startup might be April, something like that?
April or later. I may bias it later in the spring as school is getting out. I'll try to avoid
Yeah,
that.
you would work that out.
Yes.
I'll make that motion to authorize Paul to
do I have a second?
advertise this job in accordance with its discussion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Polito?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Council President Fire?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes,
Okay, thank you very much.
okay. All righty,
I have one piece of business that we need
Yes.
to take care of this evening. This afternoon, we received a resolution from the county regarding the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. We are part of a few other municipalities, Alpha, Greenwich, and Lopatcong. Included in this grant, we receive money every year, so we just need to adopt the resolution, supporting the budget, and the mayor will sign off on it. I have to get these documents back to the county. Yes, we've had this grant for a number of years. Our recreation program does benefit from it.
One more time, this doesn't cost us anything. The grant
Nothing.
comes
We
in,
get
it's
money.
apportioned among the participants.
Yeah, for the programs that, they
And
support.
the programs are alcoholism and so on.
Well, yeah, I mean, we give instruction, for the different programs that we support.
There's no downside to this.
No, it's all
Okay. I'll make that motion to approve that resolution.
do you have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and we also have to schedule that meeting, the mid-month meeting, with January 18th, which is a Wednesday. I'm looking at that right. January 18th, would, most of you be able to make a meeting on January 18th?
Pay bills only?
The paid bills.
Sure.
Yes, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, January 18th, at 7:30.
Okay.
We do that at 7 o'clock.
Hmm?
7 o'clock.
Is that all right, 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock is fine.
Okay. All right.
You want to approve this?
Yes, we need to approve the department reports. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then we will go to audience participation. Motion to open audience participation.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. Sir?
Yes. I just have a thing that I'd like to read and also add it at the same time. Basically, it's something facing our nation, and we should consider the Social Security, Medicare, ACA, and Medicaid developments in the next few days and months and years. No other investment for the most number of people has ever returned the most growth or stability for the most number of people on such a constant basis as these programs have. I would please like you to express this to your friends, relations, and colleagues, or with whomever you're able. It's a case which should be tread on solidly yet softly, and for this matter of fragile consequences. That's all I'd like to say.
Thank you.
Jennifer Leifer, 32 Jade Lane. I just wanted to congratulate Mr. Polito and Mr. Wright. I hope and expect that you two will be the ones who help to bring this council in the direction that I'm sure if you've been watching me at these meetings all these years, that this town needs to go, the way I know that it can go. I know that you can think for yourselves. I know that you want to. I'm sure that that is your intention. And I think it really is time, and somebody needs to take the lead. And so, like I said, my hope is that these fresh faces and these fresh intentions, which I'm sure are good, will lead the way to better respect among the council members, better communications with the community, and less divisiveness, because it's not necessary. The issues that created disagreement many years ago have nothing to do with where we are right now. And we need to learn to show some respect, behave with maturity toward one another, and not spend all of our time trying to frame one another and hurt one another, but rather work together for the people of this town. Because I am deeply involved in the goings-on, and I do see how it operates, and it definitely is a disservice to this community. Let's focus on working together. We can leave our disagreements where they are and get something accomplished for the people, because that's what you guys are up there to do. Mayor McKay, once again, it never reflects well in this room because you're always outnumbered. You're outnumbered up there, you're outnumbered in the audience. But I would like to say that I know how hard you work, and I know that the things that they stand against are frequently come from the best of intentions to do right by this town financially, which is why the people elected you. So at least one person in this audience sees how hard you work and knows how good those intentions are. You may have to talk to the lawyer about breaking up that bill a little bit, though. So thank you very much, everybody. And again, good luck. I truly, I tell you, this is not an act. This is who I am. I mean it. Please do good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ed Schuster, South 6th Street. My question is, I know I brought it up before, you're doing 2nd Street. Yes, I live on South 6th. 1st and 6th Street are the two streets that come out of development. So much traffic. Why isn't 6th Street on the agenda? That should be on the agenda. That first, I know you did 3rd Street too, but 1st and 6th are the only two streets that come out of development, and they got so much traffic. Now, I know 1st and 3rd, come out to 22, you go east or west. I know 6th Street, you can only go west. But so many people get down to Baltimore, but they make a left, they go out Strikers and go out to the mall that way. Those two streets have so much traffic. Why can't we get them on the agenda first? Well, I mean, 1st is already done. Why can't you get 6th on instead of 2nd, 4th, and 5th? They're dead-end streets. So it's just something to throw out. I wish it would get done. And not because I live there, just because there's so much traffic on there.
Well, you could probably answer as to when the last time there was something with the one they built the condos up there, right?
Well, it was closed off. It never got the traffic through there, and when they opened it up, I became part of the traffic.
Yeah, that's-
Units became part of the traffic.
No, it's just there's so much traffic here now since they opened it up. You know, it's ridiculous. And I understand that, but that should be paved, I would say, before Second Street. Second, Fourth, and Fifth are dead-end streets.
What we haven't had is a plan that laid out the roads over a 5-10 year period.
Yes.
And we gotta start looking at what we can do with mill and overlay and so on and making our buck go further. Paul, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we did a tremendous amount of paving in this municipality over a 5-6 year period, and the pace of that program slowed quite a bit once the economy turned sour, 08, 09, 010, and most of the work that's been done has been done through projects that had DOT funding. So we had hoped to be out of your particular neighborhood a long time ago and onto other areas. We've done a lot of work in this neighborhood. We still have, some streets like your street to get done. So the council has some choices here. We could look at doing a milling and paving project on your street that would use town funds. We could look to perhaps seek NJDOT local aid monies like we did for First, Second, and Third Street and Baltimore Street in the future, under a future funding round to get something accomplished there.
All the streets are bad, I understand that. They're probably all, one's no worse than the other. But just because First and Sixth have access to the development, they're the ones that get the most traffic. So it's just something to consider. I appreciate it.
I travel that now. I know how bad it is, and I know how your traffic's increasing.
All right, I have a few good things. First one, I do believe with the sinkhole, you guys were having Zucchero do the work over there. Is that correct?
We did.
I just wanted to I know I wanted to send them an email too, but completely, one of the guys that works there was at the deli in the morning, I believe, getting breakfast for his crew and having absolutely no idea. He just came up to my car before I got out of it and told me to be careful because there was ice all in the parking lot, and I just wanted to make a public announcement because I thought that was really considerate of them, and I've heard that they're doing great work there, so I just wanted to put in a good word for them. As far as you, Paul, again, I'm sorry you didn't get appointed. If I could once again state as the chairperson of the Lopatcong Recreation Committee, Paul funds a great deal of Community Day every year, and he has for years. And he's a great engineer on top of that too. So, so last year I was up here congratulating Joe and Lou, and it was an unbelievable pleasure to work with the two of you. I didn't think it was kind of like a dream team. I didn't think I was going to get a better set of people to work with because you really work together. Lou, you're so positive in all. When I served with you on council, you were like the lighthouse in the storm all the time. Your calmness is always appreciated. And Joe, once I got to know you, your brilliance shines through your sardonic and sarcastic humor, which I came to enjoy. You're doing a great job up here. You really hit on all the points that have been reiterated over the years. And thank you for doing the great job you're doing. And then this year I got to help Mr. Wright and Mr. Polito, but first it was Mr. Wright and Ms. Coy running for election. And I didn't really know Bill at the time. He has an amazing sense of humor. He's always smiling. He's always positive, and he works very, very hard. When Anita had to drop out because she realized the commitment was going to be too much, we were a little panicked. But then Mr. Polito stepped in. And I've known you through the LAA, and we worked together on many things. And all I can say is that you managed to cover this entire town in such a short amount of time, and it really made a difference. A lot of people really appreciated that. And I know both of you are going to do very well up here. And I congratulate you, and good luck. As far as recreation goes, we have our meeting on Monday. I'm going to review our year-end report with my committee, and then we'll submit it to you. We do have some things we're going to be asking for. One is some kind of trust account where we can keep track of our donations that are coming in and our expenses going out. Of course, you're going to have to still fund a great deal of this, but we are trying to raise more and more money every year. I do have the the pet calendars. There's a little typo on the name, and it kind of like says Lopatcong cat or something like that. But I do have them. They're $10 each, and the proceeds will go to the dog park.
What do they benefit, Roy?
The dog park.
The dog.
And then if we end up not being able to do anything with the dog park, that money would just go towards
I
recreation.
don't want to get off topic, but where is the dog park right now?
Well, right now, it's just in planning stages. We're trying to figure out a good place in the park. We had one place that we were looking at, and now we're looking at another. And then again, if we don't, we'll use that for something that either for animal control or something for recreation.
Why didn't you put dogs on the calendar for a dog park?
Well, I probably could have misspelled Lopatcong with dog too, but I have some in the back if anybody wants some. Here's my Oprah request. So, may I ask, if I could, you mentioned that one of them had to do with the Republican Committee. Was there any elaboration on that?
No.
No, just the Republican Committee? All right, thank you very
And
much.
your name was mentioned.
Oh, my name was mentioned. Oh, wonderful. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, my name's Tim Weiss, I'm from Strikers Road. Mr. Pryor, I just have a question. The bill that was presented by the mayor, from that attorney, is that attorney at all related to the law firm that the mayor is trying to hire or recommending that we hire as a town's council?
It was from the Caldwell Law Firm, which did not come up tonight. The night he announced the lawsuit, he also attempted to hire that firm as township attorney that night.
Okay. No, I knew that happened in the past, that's why I was just wondering.
Yeah,
We were
Mr.
following.
Caldwell did not submit on any appointments for this, this meeting.
Well, I just say to council, as a taxpayer, do everything you can not to pay a nickel of that bill. Because there's only so much that we can afford to pay. And it's nonsense as far as I'm concerned, I'm not an attorney.
Yeah.
It needs to stop and we need to move forward. We can't just continue to appeal because I'm expected to pay for it. As a taxpayer, I'm running out of my ability to pay for it.
The trial court rejected it.
Right, I know.
Council rejected it. So the only way it would come up is if something happened during appeal.
Right. And Mr. Mayor, for you to say that you just submitted because your attorney told you to submit it, your attorney works for you. You have the right to say to your attorney, I think this is too much, it's time to stop. So, thank you very much, Mr. Pryor, and the rest of the council. Have a good night.
So it should be noted that more than that's already been spent by Mr. Pryor for his own defense.
I'm sorry, what did you
I said, more than that has already been spent by you for your defense, for you and your...
Now, and let me clarify that.
That's right.
When we report that figure, it also included what was spent on clerk's defense. And they were defending 3 council people. And we won. So obviously, our attorney worked harder at it.
I did. That's it.
You are. So what was your attorney work?
Hard to say. It's just, it was an honest attempt to rectify a situation. Let's see. I think we have gone through everything. So it's time to ask for a motion for adjournment.
You need to make sure there's no more public comment and close public comment since we're open.
All right, yeah. There's no more public comment. I don't see anybody, so we'll close public comment. I'll ask for a motion to close public comment.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Wow.